In the world of music licensing services, there's very little room for new players, but somehow Upbeat has managed to catch my eye, so let's take a look at this site and see whether it's worth it for you. Upbeat is a budget-friendly option when compared to other competitors in the space, with their premium plan costing $6 a month, which is just over half the price of Epidemic Sound and Artlist. Upbeat's business subscription is also cheaper, but only by like a little bit. They cost $15 a month compared to Epidemic Sound's $17, and then both of these come well underneath Artlist's $25 per month. One thing I do want to focus on here though is that Upbeat has a completely free tier where you're able to download and use up to 3 songs per month. I haven't seen anything like this before. Of course, there are some other limitations added here, like you only get about 30% of Upbeat's library available to you if you are a free subscriber, and your copyright clearing system is going to be a lot more dated with pasting and stuff. I'll talk about that, but you get what you pay for. Regardless of these restrictions, I think that this is still an awesome option if you're just getting started in YouTube and you want some monetization safe music. Free or not, I obviously won't be recommending this to anybody if the music sucks. Upbeat has just north of 10,000 songs in their library, which is a good amount, but it's definitely nothing in comparison to Epidemic Sound or even Artlist. What's important to me is that even though Upbeat might not have the best quantity, they better offer some good quality, and I'm happy to report that they do. Other budget options that I've tried have definitely sounded like a budget option. I mean, that's just like copyright-free music and it sounds like crap. Upbeat holds its own with the big guys. I mean, it sounds good. That said, music is super subjective, so what I like, you might not like, and I always recommend that you go online, create your own account for free, which I've got a link down below for you to do that if you want, and just listen to the music yourself, see if you like their curation. My entire experience with Upbeat is it doesn't really feel like a budget option, and that comes down just to their user interface. Everything has a playlist-centered design where you can browse a bunch of different categories that have all been curated by the Upbeat team to fit a particular video style or vibe. This isn't at all a new concept. You'll find playlists on every site, but the implementation here is what's impressive to me. A perfect example is this, their gaming category, that has a bunch of like really well thought out playlists for any type of content that you're working on in the gaming genre. And come on, can we please just take a moment to appreciate the art that they've chosen here? Everything is very visually descriptive of the songs that are behind it and the theme that you're trying to replicate. I don't have to like decipher what I'm looking at. Epidemic. All love. The sound effect section of the site is also really awesome, and you know, personally, I like this one. And Upbeat has also just added a bunch of motion graphics, including LUTs and overlays, which is just great, and it adds a ton of value to your subscription if these are assets that you feel like you're gonna use. One downside to Upbeat though, when compared to Artlist or Epidemic Sound, especially Epidemic Sound, is that they don't have any sort of special tools. There's no plugins or search with video or even music stems. With Upbeat, you're just getting a library of music and your basic like playlist creation tools and find similar features. The only exception to this is their AI playlist generator, which can take any prompt that you give it and create a playlist of music from Upbeat's library that fits the prompt that you've given it. And that prompt can be anything like similar to a certain TV show that you like, or inspired by a movie, or even just a description or explanation of what you're trying to soundtrack. It's a neat tool, but you know, it's nothing groundbreaking. There's stuff like this implemented in other sites as well. What I really like about this though is that you're seeing it in Upbeat as a budget option, right? Finally, let's go over the most important thing of them all, the license and how you even clear your videos in the first place. Every plan provides you copyright safe music, of course, but the use cases differ. The free plan is usable by individual creators like me. The creator plan can be used by individual creators and organizations with fewer than 5 employees. And the business plan provides clearance for creators, large organizations, and client work. So if you're a freelancer freelancer, this is the account or the plan that you're gonna need. If you have a free subscription, you'll have to copy and paste a track clearing code from Upbeat's website into your video description to get that video cleared. But if you have a premium plan, you can link up to 3 YouTube channels directly in the safe list page. And if you're posting on one of those, you have absolutely no need to use those track clearing codes anymore. The business tier is exactly the same, except you can directly clear up to 10 YouTube channels instead of the 3 that the premium subscription allows. And if for any reason an accidental claim is found on one of your videos, Upbeat has a tool in their help center where you can simply copy and paste your video URL and their team will review and release the claim. This is a super comforting tool that you hopefully never have to use, and I've never personally had to use, but gives me sort of a peace of mind that I'm never gonna run into issues that are unsolvable with the copyright system. So, who is Upbeat for? Well, objectively, I have to say, Epidemic Sound and Artlist, they're both better, but they also cost a whole lot more. So Upbeat is perfect for the beginner creator or the budget-conscious creator who doesn't need all of the bells and whistles, but still wants some high-quality music and a good UI to soundtrack their videos. I think that Upbeat has plenty to keep you happy at this price point, and that's why they're my favorite pick for a budget licensing service here in 2025. That said, if you're a creator or a freelancer who needs the business subscription, I would actually recommend going to Epidemic Sound, paying an extra $2 per month, because Epidemic has way more bells and whistles, and it's really not all that much more expensive. I made a whole video comparing Epidemic and Artlist and Upbeat and a bunch of other services to try to find the best one for you depending upon your needs. And put it right up over there. You should click on that if you're curious. If you have any other questions, that video will probably answer them for you.